Do you remember a thing called NFTs?
I remember them very well. Yeah.
Okay, this is really interesting because I want to ask, as an influencer at the time where like crypto was like the biggest thing in the world, how were you offered like NFT deals, crypto deals, or
Oh, I've been offered so many things, and
yeah,
I actually, I think I might have mentioned this on the podcast before, but I recently, I'd say recently, about a year ago, I did some work for this. Let me say now, I was not promoting it. I was purely working in an office role,
yeah,
nothing to do with influencer stuff at all. I worked in an office for a casino
yeah,
that largely dealt in. It was a regular casino, but they
yeah,
also accepted a lot of cryptocurrency. And the two chaps that I worked with were major, major, major like crypto dudes,
yeah,
and they were 24 and 25 Kiwis,
yeah.
and the reason why I know about this stuff is because they had NFTs, right, when that was a big thing. Then they sold them, and that's how they built this casino.
Mm,
So I've seen firsthand
yeah,
how people have got so insanely rich from it. But to regroup back to your question, yes, I've been offered every day. I get
yeah,
something in my inbox about crypto or
yeah,
about casinos, about something to do with that, and
yeah,
I just ignored a lot of it.
yeah,
I do actually have a literally like $200
yeah.
of crypto of like Bitcoin or something.
Yeah.
So nothing, but yeah, I do. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I think it's interesting. I think the concept of an NFT is interesting, a
Yes.
non fungible token, and I think obviously yeah, the rise came with the rise of crypto, and in theory, the 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 writing in theory it is a good idea,
Yes.
but then when you just mask it to just fucking JPEGs, I think
Mm.
that's where everybody lost everybody. Like the biggest, I mean, I don't know if you know some of the biggest ones, but like CryptoPunks or like uh
Well,
something apes,
well, Bored Ape as
Bored
well.
Apes,
That's the only one I can
yeah,
really
Bored Ape
remember.
Yacht Club,
Yeah,
and
that was it.
yeah, I just it, it was it was a lot of smoke and mirrors. I feel like
Yeah, I totally agree.
it was a lot of like it's this much because it's this much.
Yeah, I agree.
Like there was no really like anything to back it up.
I think as well. Two things to this. Firstly, obviously, when this crashed, as we know, a lot of people suffered. Right, a
Yeah,
lot of people, and there's a big portion of people who were misled, who invested potentially life savings, pensions, whatever, who suffered, and they deserve sympathy and support. And there is nothing funny or good about what happened to those people. However,
yep,
however,
that's
on the
life.
flip, yeah, indeed, on the flip side, there is also a massive, massive group of people who were extraordinarily arrogant in their belief that they'd kind of like defeated the financial system.
Yeah.
And I'm sure many people did. They cashed out into, I think it's called fiat currency, which is just like
Mm.
non-crypto based,
Yeah.
like regular currency. And well done to those people. But a lot of people who thought they were all that and then just absolutely crashed. And there's so many people like, KSI brought out something,
Yeah.
Logan Paul brought
Yeah.
out something,
Yeah.
Jackmate bought into it,
Yeah.
and people just lost so much money. And there was a footballer Michael Owen,
Yes.
Who, for many reasons, myself as a Newcastle fan included, he's quite disliked. But I remember, it was so funny. It was like the day before the big NFT crash. He
Yeah.
posted a tweet saying, "Not only am I releasing an NFT, but it's a completely different one because it's completely impossible for
Yeah.
it to lose value."
Yeah.
Worked that, didn't it, Michael? You
24
mug.
hours later.
Boom.
Yeah, no, but I think it's really interesting how like it was stupid how crazy everybody was about all that scene like 2 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like it was insane.
Yeah.
Like paying 5 6 fucking 7 figures for actual photos you can screenshot and just like have on your own.
Yeah.
No wonder it fucking crashed.
Yeah, for sure. You're totally right. It was doomed to fail from the start. I think it really
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
And I think it's really good because a lot of celebrities or a lot of influencers came out with their own like NFTs, and they obviously just like a lot of people made a ton of promises, didn't none of them landed, and now I'm glad people aren't forgetting that. I'm glad people are still giving them shit for it. I'm glad people are still like, no, you should need to take accountability for that. You can't just like get garner $2 3 million off your fans and just like run away with it and act like nothing happened.
I totally agree. Beautifully put. I think there's a whole discussion to be had around what the ethics of being an influencer, and there's certain things I won't promote. I get sent a lot of gambling things,
Yeah.
a lot. I've never posted. Some people do, and that's when huge creators do it, and that's totally fair enough. That's your. I don't make no judgment on anyone else's choices, but for me, I know that a lot of the communities that have lifted me up to where I am, who I owe everything to,
Yeah.
have, certain problems. Those communities suffer greatly with gambling addiction more than other communities.
Yep.
So I feel like it would be such a big slap in the face to do that. Does that mean I'm completely ruling out any kind of, content with TAB, or which is government funded? No, I'm not ruling anything out. But my point is, getting paid a quick buck to promote these, casinos which cripple people's lives. No, it's not for me. It's not for me.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if they will make a comeback. Maybe they will now with crypto being back up. I haven't seen too much stuff about NFTs. With this new rise of crypto.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, that casino that I did a bit of work for, they do have, in an office role, let me state, not an influencer role, not promote them. They do still have NFTs on their website, and they do still offer it. There's something like, if you join like our something VIP, whatever, you get an NFT. So I think they are still there as a representation of what you can hold. But I agree with you. I haven't seen anything about them resurging at all.
Yeah, I think like FOMO is a drug.
100%.
FOMO is a drug.
100%.
Like, genuinely, if you look at it at face value, we were really, not we, just like in general, like wider population, we were really buying, selling, trading pictures of cartoon monkeys.
Yeah.
And like geeking out over them.
Yeah.
And people really made those NFTs their profile photos and like flexing it, like, I did it. I can't lie, I did that for a bit, but I was just posing. I didn't actually have the NFT. I just like
you just
shut up an NFT for crypto punk. I just put it.
I love it.
Yeah, guys, I'm part of the community.
But I weirdly, I kind of respect that more. I don't know why. Because yes, you're bullshitting, but like you're bullshitting other people, but you're not bullshitting yourself. Yeah. Whereas they are bullshitting other people and themselves.
I'm in on it.
Yeah,
they're not. So
yeah.
I think just the last thing I'll say is that like hype is interesting. Like hype has taken the form of many things, but I think if there's no actual real value behind it, hype can only last so long.
Totally agree.
Like, think the most hypest things ever in the world. Like for me, like I think of clothing. I think Supreme.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh.
It was the best. It was the hypest. It was the definition of a hype beast.
It's so weird. I mean, this is a whole discussion for another day. But I remember me and my friends spoke about this for years. I went to this shop in Sydney, and they're selling like Supreme fire extinguishers, Supreme mousetraps,
Supreme bricks,
thousands. And I'm like, I'm not mad at Supreme; they're geniuses. But the people who buy them, I can't deal with it, man. And I can't deal with it.
You can only do that for so long until you realize it's just another clothing brand.
Completely. That's it.
Yeah.